Hello there. Here's a short video on how we're going to use Python to log information like blood sugars. So if we just look at this website here, you've got things like diabetes CGM units, which automatically take the blood sugars. They record the blood sugar and you'll get the result on your mobile phone. It does cost some money to have something like that every month. So if you don't have a CGM, you're probably going to have to do something manual if you're a diabetic patient and log your results manually by doing a finger prick. So that's something which is done paper and pen, which can be a bit annoying. So what we try to do here now is how to use Python on a Linux platform in order to have that shown or logged within the blood sugar within in a digital format. So I'm just going to do an example now how we're going to use Python. Very easy to do. So let's get started and let's get moving. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new folder. Blood sugars. Let's go into the folder. Um, so second thing I'm going to do is create the file which will actually keep the blood sugar results. So here we can just do a nano and we can call it BS results, blood sugar results.txt. Okay, we can keep that empty. So I'm just going to save that and come out of it. Now let's just have a look. All right, so let's make a note of that. Blood sugars, so that's the folder path what it's going to be, and I'm just going to make a note of bsresults.txt. So I'm going to put that in my on the side there. So now it's time to create the Python code. So I'm just going to do the same thing again. Nano bs code.py. Okay, so now I'm gonna got my code ready. So let's take it. So there's three elements which we really need in this code, and that is obviously the date and time, because for diabetic patients it's very important to have the right time. They want to monitor the blood sugars almost up to 6 to 8 times a day. So having the date time module of Python is really important. So we're going to import that module in. Then we're going to create a function. So we can just call it add blood sugar colon. I'm going to do a tab, and then I want to put my variable. So the first variable, I want to log the time, the actual time which the blood sugar is taken. So I can use call the variable now, so that can be anything, and I'm going to use the module datetime dot now with the brackets there. My second variable will be the time taken, which is going to be an element of the time variable. So time taken, it's going to be time taken, which would equal the now, which is my previous variable above that. And then I'm going to use a particular time format, stroke time, brackets. And now this bit is very clever. I'm going to do percentage, the the date, percentage, the month, percentage, the year, followed by the actual time of date. So if you're looking at historical data, it's very useful to have that. So we're going to do percentage, hour, minute, followed by a colon, percentage, and the second. Right. Then we're going to add the result, which we're going to use the decimal format, and that's going to be obviously a number a number answer to the question, what is your blood sugar now? So that's decimal, so it could be 5.3, 8.2. So the blood sugars are always using decimal numbers. So anything, just for a background, so anything under 8 in the UK is considered fairly healthy blood sugars at that moment. Um, then we're going to do another variable, add insulin. So if we're taking the blood sugars just before we eat, preferably half an hour, 20 minutes before eating, we can measure the blood sugar, which can give us enough time to administer any amount of insulin. So number of insulin units added or administered, just to be a bit more precise. So there you are. And what we'll do, we'll just make it a bit more better with a capital letter there. So number of insulin units administered. So we've got our three variables there. Now we want to point to the file which we've just created earlier. So we want to make sure this data gets logged into a file. So what we can do here, we're going to use another variable, and this time we're going to use F for open. We're going to actually open a file. So we created that file in step 1. Now we want to point to it. So the path was home, add and BH, blood sugars. Let's just put that in like that, blood sugars. And then, as our memory serves me right, I think it was BS results dot txt. Okay, let's do that. And we're going to use the W to write to it. Okay, so that bit's completed. So we're pointing the file where we want to send it to. Now, what format do we want the file to be written as? So we're going to do f.write, F for the file again. And now we're going to put our format, and we're going to use here, we're going to use a dictionary, a Python dictionary in 3 parts, pointing to each of the variables which we've already constructed in this function. So the first one, we're going to do time taken, and then we can follow it with blood sugar, colon. Now the second, we're going to call the second variable, which will be add result. Add result, and then we can put insulin, colon, and obviously now we are going to put the third variable, add insulin, and close the brackets. Now, what is so clever about that, very easy to do in Python, you're going to format it. We're just going to call upon those variables. So very easily we can just do time taken equals time taken, the variable time taken. Then we can do add result equals the variable add result. Whatever the result is, display it in this format. Add insulin. So I'm just using add insulin, the same as the variable name, just to make it easy in the formatting. Add insulin. Close brackets. There you are. Now we just need to close the file. F dot close, and then just for good measure we can just do a print. We can do something like result added successfully. Okay, and then at the end what we can do, we can just make sure we got a call for that function, add blood sugar, and we can save it like that. Okay, so now let's save that. Let's come out of that. So let's just go into our file system. So we've got the BS code in Python, and it's going to write to that BS results.txt. So let's run the code. So BSNS code. Oh, we've got an error here. So it's saying float input line 8. So it's pointing at the word add insulin. So let's just have a quick look at that. So we're back in the code, and you can see if you look closely, I don't know if you can work it out, but the error is just in this line here. So let me just go here. You can probably see here where it says add result decimal. I've got two brackets on this side, but I've got only one closing bracket. So I'm just gonna close that. Let's do that again. Let's do a clear so it's a bit easier. Okay, so BS code, let's run that code again. What is your blood sugar now? So it's quite late in the day, so I'm not gonna eat anything, but I just make an imaginary one. So it's 8.2, imagine that. And I'm just about to have something to eat, maybe a glass of milk. So I might have quite a lot of milk. So I'm just going to put 2 units of insulin. Okay, and the result has been added successfully. Great. So let's go and have a look at the file. So we know it's in the BS results. So what we can do here, we can just go into, can do a cat if you want. There's the results, and we can also just go do a nano if we just want to see it. BS results like that, and there you are. The result is there, and the very good thing is it's got it's actually got the time there. You got the 16th of October 2023 at 8:42. You could see that a colon is missing between the 42 and 30, so that's 8:42 30 seconds. So that's a slight modification I can make afterwards. But there you go. That's how to make a blood sugar logging code. You can do that with anything. You can tailor it for any needs, which needs number answers, and you make a question and respond it with a number, and then you can log it somewhere. In the next video, what I'll show you is how we can gather historic data, so we can have this line of information covering per day, per month. So if you've got a long list of results, you can keep it as a text file and send it over to your health practitioner. But that's the video for now. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to see more of these videos, please don't hesitate to hit the like button and hit a subscription. Thank you very much, and see you next time.